Hi, I'm Michael Harrison, Operations Manager here at the C2C. Today we're going to be doing a dish that uses knives from the global 40th anniversary collection. The theme of 40, we're going to do a 40-day aged piece of bluefin tuna. I'm going to be using this Yonagi sashimi knife to break down this beautiful piece of bluefin tuna, which has come from the Mediterranean via Balfego. So when we're looking at breaking down a loin, we can roughly separate it into a few components. One would be the akami, the redder, leaner part at the top. And within the akami, which usually sits around here and up, we have a slightly softer piece called the top akami, which is slightly softer, smoother in texture. That will take off, and that's better used for cooking or for making into tartare and other preparations where texture isn't so important. And that'll give us this really nice, uniform, firm piece of akami here, which is perfect for sashimi. That'll leave us with the chutoro, which is the medium fatty part of the tuna that's just next to the skin and has quite a nice gentle marbling to it. And that's the piece we'll be using for our dish today. So the first thing I need to do is take off the bloodline. You can see this darker area here. This is part of the fish that's been near the spine. It's quite densely populated with lots of blood vessels, which gives it that dark color. And as the blood is dried and coagulated, it's taken on this dark, very, very soft texture. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not great for eating raw or in a lot of dishes, but we do use it here sometimes. We salt it like anchovies, leave it to cure in salt for quite a long time, and then that can be used to season dishes. Or we'll cook it down in more of a ragu, like a tomato-based stew, and serve that with pasta for staff food. So none of it goes to waste. Looks like being quite ruthless here, but all these bits of trim and offcuts, for example, you can see there's some bloodline here and some good stuff here. So we'll go through all that, trim it all off, and then even with a smaller knife, you can come through and really scrape a lot of these bits out, separating the good stuff from the bloodline. So after we break this down, generally we'll go through all this, run a knife through it very quickly, and then we'll sell that for tartare for some of our customers. So the next part, we're going to look to see where the top akami ends and the akami begins. And generally you can see that this part is quite soft, but here is quite firm. This leaves an indentation, that doesn't. I'm feeling to see where the soft part ends and the firm part starts, and I probably place that somewhere like that. So now my objective is to cut one single piece off the top all the way down to this end, and that'll be a nice piece for tartare and for cooking. Now we're going to do the same again, looking to see where the belly sits, or looking to see where the fattier part chutoro sits and the akami finishes. And we're probably going to place that round about here. So again, we just want to do one nice long cut. That's the akami. And breaking this down for sashimi, we do tend to make some nice sort of uniform, long, straight cuts, which is why having a long knife helps. And this will not be wasted. We'll get some nice blocks out of this, for example, cutting along there, putting that into a nice couple of blocks. like that. So now we're down to just a tutoro, and if you come in close, you can see really nice subtle marbling running through it. So this is great for eating raw. It's going to have a sort of smoother, quite rich and buttery flavour to it. And it also benefits from a little bit of caramelization on the outside. So that's what we're going to do for the dish today. So I'm just going to break it down into a smaller piece. Take it off the skin. Just like that. Now that's going to go into the ager for 40 days, and we're going to bring out a little piece to show you what it's like after it's spent 40 days in our dry ager. This bluefin tuna from Mediterranean has been kept in our dry ager for almost 40 days. It's gone sort of quite dry and hard on the outside, but when we cut into it, you're going to see a real difference at how the meat has matured and relaxed over the 40 days. Hopefully we're going to get a delicious savoury flavour from this that you wouldn't normally get from an unaged piece of tuna. So to trim it, I'm going to use this small kiritsuke knife just to take off the aged part from the outside. You can see after 40 days in the ager, this piece has gone from something that's quite red and soft to something that's quite dark and firm. We're going to trim off this bark that's formed on the outside, exposing the lovely, delicious tuna that's beneath. Hopefully had a real boost in umami and a real tenderization from the 40 days in the ager. We age all of our tuna here for about 3 to 5 days, just to help let it relax, improve the texture and flavour, and remove some of that sharp metallic flavour you get from very fresh tuna.
Hi, my name is Izzer Adobe and I'm the head chef at the C2C in Chelsea. So we're going to be using this oriental knife to prep the veg today.
Hi, I'm Jareth. I'm a CDP here at the C2C. I'm going to be using this small oriental style chef's knife from the 40th anniversary range. It's got a lovely scalloped blade to help with food to not stick on.
Okay, so next we're going to be preparing the rainbow chard. So we're just going to use this paring knife to prep it. So basically we're just taking off the ends and any rough bits, and then we're going to steam it all together. Do this yellow one as well. Next I'm going to be using this small cook's knife, paring knife, just to cut down the aged trimmings that we're going to be using for our Szechuan sauce. It's kind of based off our poivre, just really roughly chopping it down. So we're just toasting off Szechuan and black peppercorns, just till they release their oils. More salt. And then we just reduce it down. Cool, so once that's reduced down to the right texture, we just add a bit of double cream and then the juice down further until it's nice and sticky. These pieces, we're just going to steam them up. Just like that. So we just finished the sauce with the blitzed Szechuan and black pepper. So you get that sort of kick of spicy numminess. A bit of olive oil and some salt.
So we'll be serving this dish with some Swiss chard leaves and stems. Nice seasonal vegetable, nice bit of colour for the plate. And it's just going to give a lovely sort of fresh, high note flavour in the dish against the rich tuna and the rich peppery sauce.